Hi, good evening to everyone. Welcome to the weekly health and product training. Last week, we learned about the process of fasting and how it could impact our body. Wenda taught us the basic to eat right, combining with Unicity products to give us the best energy levels during fasting. Today, Claudia will teach us another aspect of energy. Is energy a feeling or it is more than that? After today, you will have a comprehensive view of energy, which will definitely benefit you. Without further ado, let's hand it to our product specialist, Miss Claudia Yu.
Hi, thank you, CK, for the introduction. And good evening, everyone. So it's great to always be back, and it has always been my honor to present to you. So please give me a moment for me to share my screen. Okay. So as I was doing this topic, a few thoughts come to my mind. Based on my interaction with people, many times people relate energy to a feeling. And they will always tell you how they feel based on their energy level. So someone will come to you and say that, hey, I feel great. I feel very energetic and I can do A, B, C, D. And likewise, if a person don't have a good mood, most likely they will tell you things that goes along the line about how they don't have enough energy. I feel tired. And once you are tired, a lot of other negative things will start to follow through as well. And people are willing to spend a lot of money just to make them feel a certain way. So is energy just a feeling, or there's anything else more that can make us understand the concept better? So we will be unraveling this topic, so be sure to pay attention. Before we start, this is just a short disclaimer. All right. Aging, okay, it is one of those words I think that is very, very sensitive. Okay. Some people, when they look at this word, they feel like they're having a heart attack. They feel a sense of panic. Oh my gosh, I'm aging, you know. Oh, but there are people who really embrace aging and they seem to don't mind this word too much. So what comes to mind when the word aging pops up? So some of the things that's very apparent would be the wrinkles, all right, that's on our eyes. And the hyperpigmentation. Okay, this is one of the few things that is very apparent that when you see in the mirror, you will feel a sense of frustration. Am I right? And the growth of gray hair. I tell you, even one gray hair you see in your head can really destroy your mood. Am I right? Okay, so these are what we call external attributes to aging, right? These are things that we see externally. But how about the biological aspect of aging? This, I think, is not really being talked about. And people don't really understand what exactly happens to the body when you age. So what better way, than us discovering at the most fundamental level, which is our cells. So at the cellular level, one of the most apparent thing that you can identify from a young cell and a aged cell would be the ability to produce ATP. So I'm sure some of you may have seen the word ATP a lot, all right? in our presentation, but don't really know what it means. Okay, so this is what ATP means, all right? ATP is basically a molecule that stores energy, all right? It's charged with energy. So whenever any part of our body requires ATP, it will release it to respective part of the cell. So ATP drives many processes in the body, all right? Such as DNA and RNA. Okay, even our genes require ATP. Regeneration of new cells, right? A lot of energy is expended during that time. If you have a scar, for example, and if your cell is youthful, it can regenerate very quickly and your skin will heal. Nerve impulses, all right, the nervous system, how it's being transmitted in the body, muscle contraction, movement, ability to lift heavy things, coenzyme, right, for digestive processes in the body. And we know that enzyme is required for almost every chemical reaction that we can think of. So our body cannot live without ATP, right? So it requires high amount of ATP all the time. And in one day, our body will recycle ATP from 1,000 to 1,005 times. Okay, it's always being recycled. So if our ATP level, for some reason, unable to recycle that well, or the amount is not enough, then it will really impair the many functions that is happening in our body. So when aging occurs, your ATP will definitely reduce. Okay, metabolism and everything will generally slow down. So this means that various parts of your body will also continue to decline. So one of them is pancreas, right? Pancreas is an organ that is always working very hard to reduce sugar level in our bloodstream. So once ATP is no longer so efficient in our body, or it's not enough, then our pancreas cannot produce insulin. So this is where when people age, they find that it's very difficult to manage their sugar level. It's always very high and it's very hard to bring it down because the body do not have sufficient ATP. Okay, if we talk about the detoxification organs in our body, such as liver and kidney, well, they filter gallons and gallons of blood, right? Up to 15 bathtub of water a day. So you can just imagine, if there is not enough energy in these organs, we are really in a big problem. Of course, brain, right? One of the most energy consuming organ is the brain. So you find that your memory start to decline, your learning ability will start to also drop, you cannot remember things as well. Your heart will not be able to beat as efficiently. Okay, either it's very weak or will beat very fast, okay, palpitation. Your muscle will also be affected and many, many other organs in the body. All right, if we talk about it, just on this alone, you can spend an entire hour, all right? And just so you know, aging does not start only at 70. Okay, a lot of people think that aging only starts and is reserved for the older population. Okay, it's only for those 70, 80, you know, those people only have aging problems. But they don't know that your ATP will decline every year as you age. So now I'm already nearing my 30s. So I'm pretty sure there is quite an amount of ATP that is being lost throughout this time. So in order for me to have a good future, I need to start preparing now. Okay. So when disease come, all right, it's all because of reduced ATP. So one of the few common diseases that comes when you age is heart disease, diabetes, cancer, osteoporosis, Alzheimer, organ failure. So all these things will come naturally as a result when our cells is unable to produce enough ATP. So this is an image of a lady that is in her 70s. Okay, she looks great. And this is the image of another lady, which is also in her 70s. So you look at these two pictures. How can two women look so different, but their age is the same? So I have to say, unfortunately for me, many old people that I come across, especially my own relative, looks like the very aged lady at my right. Okay, my own grandmother is one of them. At that age, she obviously has no energy. And once you have no energy, then her body, one by one, organs are failing. And thirdly, she has a lot of regrets. So when she was nearing her death, right, she has a lot of regrets and a lot of resentment about life. Okay, about how she's very lonely and she's alone. And you'll be in that cycle. And she didn't pass on in a very good and memorable way. Right? It was a very painful and a very suffering aging process for her. However, I know there are some people that can do it. Even at 70, they can still be running, all right? They can still have full of life. And they are obviously at a very different trajectory, okay? And they are very happy and they fully embrace the process of aging. So how about you? Who will you choose to be when the time comes? Just so you know, you cannot prepare for aging when you're 70. Okay, that is already, I can say, it's too late. All right, you won't have much time to prepare. Preparation of aging starts, the more time you have, the better. So if you have 20 years, 30 years, great. Some of you in your 20s, you may not think that this is a relevant picture. But I tell you, okay, if you have seen someone who have passed away in a very painful fashion, it will affect you and it will definitely make you think, how would I want to live this world? Okay, will I want to live with full of regrets, not taking care of my body and being sick? Or I want to be someone who is full of energy and I can just live, and okay, my time has come. No, not because out of fear. So you have to choose. And if you have 10 years, 20 years, or 5 years, it's better to do something rather than nothing at all. So with age, as your ATP reduces, and we've seen how it affects biologically in our body, we will also feel the effect. So it's no surprise, as you age, definitely you will feel your energy levels have reduced. I'm definitely not how I used to be when I was in my 20s. Okay, I can still sleep at like 3 a.m., wake up at 7, without a problem. But now, obviously, I can't do that anymore. And you feel tired and fatigued a lot more easily. And it's harder to recover your energy levels. So because of this problem, most people, they want to solve at the feeling part, right? When they're in a job, doing something they cannot finish, then they just, take something to make them feel better. But they don't solve at the root cause, As we learned just now in extensive detail about how energy affects the cell and every organ in the body. So if you're only just solving the feeding part, obviously we're going to feel tired again and again. And you're going to drink more and more stuff that's not going to do good to us. So this is why people are reaching for the wrong solutions. Okay? If they feel sad or they just want more energy to start off their day, well, they obviously reach for a beverage like this to just give them a bit more energy, right? But of course, as you feel good drinking it, it tastes good, but it comes with a bunch of unwanted things, such as sugar. So teh tarik is 26 grams. Okay, 2-in-1, 3-in-1 is almost the same. Okay, so even though 2-in-1 is like lesser sugar, but it's still on the high side. But this is still the best. Okay, bubble tea is many times more than what we are usually drinking. Okay, it's 102.5 grams of sugar. So before you purchase your next cup of bubble tea, remember this slide, all right? Then I don't know whether you'll be thanking me or you'll be hating me for telling you this, okay? So this gives us temporary energy, but they give us long-term health problems. And if you're always drinking this, definitely you will age faster. Your pimple will come out more, your hyperpigmentation will pop up faster, and your wrinkle will also come, at the exponential rate. So many times, all these things that we usually reach out for are not enough. After you drink, most of the time you feel tired, and you will most likely feel a headache, especially when it crashes. When the effects wear off, you won't feel good. And you will have no motivation, even though you know you have a ton of things to finish. It leave you feeling more anxious and nervous, and it feels a lot more worse than before. So because of this, the world wants to give us something better. Since coffee is not as strong, all right, it may not give the long-term energy that people are looking for. So this is where an entire industry has bloomed, which is known as the energy drink industry. Okay, recently it skyrocketed, really. So what is the big deal about energy drinks that we should pay more attention about? Firstly, energy drinks is associated with higher blood pressure and tendency to have stroke. And energy drinks is also found to have components that can harm the brain and the nervous system. And according to research, hospital emergencies due to energy drinks have increases the case up to 279%. Hospital admission in the emergency ward has increased up to 200%, just by drinking too much of energy drinks. So is this dangerous? Well, I'm sure you know the answer. Okay, so why is energy drinks so potent that can lead you to the emergency department? First of all, energy drink rely a lot on sugar to give us energy. And so is the teh tarik and coffee that we always drink. Right? The main mechanism on how we have energy after drinking those food is they rely a lot on sugar. Okay, it's up to 10 teaspoons per serving. And on top of that, there's also a very high amount of caffeine, up to 300 milligrams per cup. And just so you know, this is 75% of safety limits in 1 cup. So we are not supposed to drink more than 400 milligrams in a day. So this is 75% in 1 cup, So you can imagine, why is it that people will rush into the emergency ward? Because of this. It really will harm our body in a bad way. And on top of that, if that's not bad enough, it also contains a lot of hidden ingredients. And they are not really being listed in the label. So we don't really know what is it. So these are clustered under harmful ingredients that will potentially give us more side effects. So is there a solution that can give us energy, real energy to fuel the cell? And not only that, it can also make us feel good, right? It can give us the physical energy that we need, that people are craving for. And most importantly, it does not give us all the nonsense, right? No side effect, but only beneficial effects. So I'm very excited to share BioLife E with you today. So before we go into it, right, let's look into green tea. Because BioLife E, the main ingredient is matcha. So that's the main reason why we're talking about this. So a lot of people may be thinking that, oh, to save some money, I don't have to drink BioLife E. might as well I go to the grocery store and just grab green tea. Since there are so many options nowadays, okay, there's like all kinds of color, right? That's available to us. So how is cheap Oka matcha produced? So just so you know, this is matcha that is exclusively Unicity, right? Our own matcha that we grow in Japan. So the matcha that we grow, all right, is grown under shade 3 to 4 weeks before harvest. Okay, which you can see is this bamboo thing here, right on top of this the green tea. So why is this so important? Okay, why can't I just leave it up in the hot sun? So isn't it better, more sun for the plant, right? But interestingly, okay, this shading will change the nutritional composition of matcha. Due to the limited sunlight, okay, by the shade, this green tea are forced to produce more chlorophyll, okay, to produce more chlorophyll and more carbon dioxide and nutrients for the plant to grow. And because of this reason, there's more chlorophyll, means there'll be more amino acid. And if there's more amino acid, means there'll be more antioxidant in matcha. So once we have this tea leaf, we then grind them into fine powder, which looks like our Bars Life E now. So what's the difference between tea bags and powdered tea? So tea bags, they are only using part of the tea leaf. But for powdered tea, we have to grind the whole plant in order for us to get the real green tea. So of course, powdered tea will be a better source. It's more potent and it's stronger. So just so you know, not all powdered tea is the same. So they all look, I mean, in some way they look similar, but if you look close enough, there is a difference. Okay, green tea powder looks faint, but matcha, on the other hand, looks really bright. And you can see it's very smooth. So many cheaper options, green color don't look very bright. So I think most of the matcha I drank is not the really good one, okay? Because they also taste bitter, rough, and unpleasant. Last time I used to think that drinking a bitter green tea means it's good, means, oh, you really have the effect. But it's not. In fact, high quality matcha tastes sweet. It's smooth, and that sweetness translates to a very complex umami taste. So good quality matcha tastes like that, just like our Bars Life E, right? Our type of matcha, as I asked the scientists before, it's actually towards the sweeter side, meaning to say it's a good quality matcha. So our matcha is not just any matcha. It's hand-picked, hand-grown in Japan. It is the finest premium quality. And what is even more outstanding is that it's our Unicity exclusive blend, which can only be found in our product. So we talk so much about cellular energy. So let's see how matcha can help us in this area. So our cell has this component known as mitochondria. So what is this fancy name? Mitochondria is basically a site that produces ATP. So this component in matcha, known as catechin, EGCG, it helps to optimize the function of mitochondria. Okay, according to studies, they find that cells that have EGCG has more optimized mitochondria. And they find that it produces significantly more amount of ATP, even at rest. Okay, not talking about, oh, you have to run or something. If you drink consistently matcha, they find that they have more ATP even when you're sitting. So this means your metabolism rate is higher and you're burning more energy. And on top of having EGCG, okay, we have also added other ingredients such as L-carnitine and green coffee beans. So this is the reason why when you drink this Bars Life E, it's really like nothing you've ever drank before. The kind of energy that it gives you and how it can last you throughout the day. because you have added some of these other ingredients to make it even better, right? You have even more sustained energy. It increases your metabolism a lot more. You can feel the power immediately. And it's also great for sports, all right? These components can definitely enable you to lift weights that you were unable to do before. And you'll also be able to see some degree of weight loss with this. And also, in Bio's Life E, there's this thing called L-theanine. So this is an amino acid, all right, that's found to be very rich in matcha, that helps to promote alertness. And most importantly, avoids the crash in energy level. So this is the reason why you don't experience any of the crashes, and it gives you the energy to just do whatever work you need to do and spend time with your family. And this also increases alpha waves in the brain. So these are big waves in the brain that can help to promote relaxation and decrease stress levels. So not only you're more alert, you are also calm. So what are other benefits of catechin? So it's found that this very unique component of matcha is a very strong antioxidant. It can even increase the elasticity of blood vessel. Can make it more flexible, not so stiff, and also decreases blood pressure and LDL cholesterol. So I think it's really amazing. Okay, giving us energy is already very good. And it can also at the same time protect our heart and reduce heart attack risk. On top of that, EGCG is also a very strong antiviral and anti-inflammatory component. Okay, it's known to increase immunity and detoxification function in the body. Right, there are research that show about how it significantly improves that function. And because of this strong function, it can also reduce risk of very terminal illness such as cancer. And it will also reduce, all right, the progression of illnesses. So they've done a lot of studies in the lab, and they find that this EGCG can even destroy cancer cells. So now they're doing a lot of studies. They're trying to expand it to human also. So once there are more studies established in this, I think is really good and very promising for us. So it can also reduce fat buildup in the liver. Okay, one of the things that we come to aging is that our liver is unable to metabolize fat as efficiently. So it will start to build up, causing inflammation. So this EGCG can help to prevent that and also protects the liver. So I think this is amazing benefits. And also, we not just only have this, we added other components such as pomegranate, blueberry, and vitamin C. So EGCG is already amazing. So by adding all this, it significantly improves the antioxidant profile of Bio's Life E. Okay, it can further protect cells from free radical, right? As you all know, it's very, very harmful. And this antioxidant can prevent protein, healthy fats, and DNA from damage. And these are the reason why there is significant aging in the body, right? And of course, EGCG is already so good. In combination with all these, can really help to prevent aging of our cells. Catechin also slows down oxidation on vitamin C. So you see, all these ingredients that we put here is not for fun. All right, we really research the right type of antioxidant that will help one another to recycle its function. So with all these antioxidants combined together, they can, number one, boost the effect of one another, the synergistic effect, and you can also make sure that it lasts for a longer period of time. And once it lasts longer, meaning to say it's more effective and it produces even better results. So now you see how amazing is Bio's Life E. And we think it's not enough, okay? We still want to give you more vitamin and mineral for an overall comprehensive supplementation. So we have carefully selected each of these vitamin and mineral. Okay, in total there are 7. And also these are vitamin and mineral that we have carefully selected. These are specific vitamins that help to enhance energy production. And also, these vitamins and mineral help to maintain healthy electrolyte levels. So we won't have like irritability or have cramps and things like that. And also give us healthy nervous system. So we are able to be very alert throughout the day. So this is what it looks like, okay, with coffee. Coffee is the worst, all right? In 2 hours, the effect can be gone as quickly as that. So matcha in general is better, right? There's 3 to 4 hours sustained energy. But Bars Life E can last you from 8 to 10 hours. And I can confidently say this. Out of the many people that I've met, throughout my career in Unicity, 9 out of 10, no, actually 10 out of 10, they say that Bars Life E is amazing. And none of them has reported that it gives them the kind of negative effect like coffee do. And most of the time, if you give them one packet, they'll definitely come to you for another packet. Okay, that's how effective it is. And the kind of energy is just really different, okay, out of this world. So what are the other alternatives in the market? Some people may argue to say that, oh, never mind, I can try this chicken essence because people say that this one can give me energy and it seems cheaper, so might as well I go for this, right? And there are also a lot of supplements out there in the market. Your herbal supplement, they will mix a few herbs and claim that it can increase your energy level. And outside, there are also different type of teas and coffee, bullet coffee or whatever, that claim to increase your energy level. We can't say that none of these work, okay? I mean, there are a certain degree of efficacy there, but definitely not like how you drink Bars Life E for sure. Okay, granted, maybe chicken essence can give you maybe the morning. Okay, after that, I'm pretty sure you'll feel like, and herb supplements is a hit or miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It's not consistent. So really, once you try Bars Life E, you will not look at other options out there. So matcha itself is a great ingredient. Okay, it has tons of energy, antioxidants, and benefit. But Bars Life E really take things to the other level, to the next level. So you can imagine how much more energy, antioxidants, and benefit is inside because of the many ingredients that we have very intentionally included in this Bars Life E. So this is the reason why E is such an important product and has been, part of the Bars Life family as long as 20 years. It has a solid reputation. So, and that's a good reason why. So with Bars Life E, really, everyone can benefit from it. So for those who are taking intensive exam, especially like SPM, okay, talking about like 16, 17 years old, or you are heading towards a very important exam in uni, or you want to finish that report, Bars Life E can definitely give you the energy. Okay, for us who are working, and we have to look at a lot of Excel sheet all the time, right? Have to look different report, have to plan and strategize your work. And sometimes it can be very overwhelming. So with E, immediately you have that focus and you know what to do, how to arrange your time and things like that. And it can also give you the energy to spend time with your family. Okay, it takes, honestly, spending time with your family takes energy, especially if you have kids, you have children, you need to run and catch them. And having good relationship with your partner also need a lot of energy, to be patient, being angry, you don't need energy, right? That's very easy, just, but being patient, that one need a lot of energy. And of course, all right, if you're approaching towards, the older age, all the more energy is so important to you. You will not want to feel limited by your age. You want to run, you want to do things and still enjoy life as much as you can. So Bars Life E is effective for anyone at any age. And anybody could really, enjoy the benefits of Past Life E. So I want to talk about this for a minute, okay, because many people have asked me this. What is the difference between Unimate and Past Life E? Okay, are they the same? You do look like the same. Can I just use one, don't use the other? Let's see. So Unimate is really designed to really go into brain health. Okay, the whole team around Unimate is to really enhance your brain health and hence the campaign to love your brain. If you look at the ingredients, it's very different from E. Okay, in fact, it's completely different. The ingredients are chlorogenic acid, okay, tritterpene saponins, and theobromine together with caffeine. So these are ingredients that are found uniquely in yerba mate that can affect the gene expression in the brain. So it can really help to amplify that, help to improve better genetic profile in your brain, okay, especially when it comes to aging. So it's really that. And in fact, the whole of next month, right, we will dedicate the whole month to just talk in detail about how Unimate can really help the brain. So be sure to stay tuned on that. And Past Life E, on the other hand, is really designed to give us physical and cellular energy all day long. So we can, expend the energy that we need, the physical energy that we need. So to be honest, we cannot live one without the other. If we have mental strength, that's great. But if you don't have the physical energy, you will also end up becoming tired. And once you are tired, you can't do anything. And likewise, if you are very energetic, but you don't have the mental focus, you'll be too excited, right? You won't be able to focus on what you need to do. So ideally, we need both physical and mental energy to give us the breakthrough that we need. Seriously, having both of them really can give you the breakthrough. Now, I have personally tried this as I was doing this presentation. Right, to be honest, it's quite difficult. So just a few days ago, I decided to mix E and Unimate together. So it really gave me the breakthrough and the idea, to do what I'm doing now. Okay, so I really can experience this as doing my work requires a lot of creative energy. So I'm sure for you, you can also find the breakthrough in whatever area you want to find in your life. So maybe for you, it would be career, you are, looking for that idea, or sometimes it's just that inspiration to help you to kickstart, whatever that you want to do in your career. Or to just have more patience to bear with your significant other, right? I think it takes a lot of patience to not destroy the relationship, and having to invest more time to read, to have more wisdom, to spend time with your family, your kids, and all these things requires mental and physical energy. So Past Life E is the only solution, okay, I can confidently say this, the only solution that can give you energy at the cellular level. And it also provides long-lasting physical energy that we all need. And the best thing is, those options that we discussed just now can either give us one, and the worst is it will give us even worse health consequence. But this is the one that can give us, in fact, health benefits. How great is that? So with this, you can then turn the trajectory of your life, and you have the choice to choose which lady you want to be like, either the one on your left or your right. So thank you everyone for your time and patience for today's topic. I hope that you have learned a thing or two. So before we go into Q&A, I want to share with you some of the promotions that we have. So right now we have this promotion in Singapore and Brunei. Okay, just buy two BioReshi, buy two energy, you get one BioReshi coffee. So this is really a very good deal. In Malaysia, you have the Malaysia Reshi coffee. So just so you know, this type of promotion don't come all the time. All right, once they come and they gone, is gone. So be sure to take advantage of these remaining 2 weeks that we have. Share with everyone you know so that they can really experience the energy for themselves. Okay, so my presentation is done today. So now we are open for Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, all right, for your reference. But at the meantime, I'll look at the chat to see if there's anything to say. Okay, thank you, Lily and Adrian. Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. Okay. Is there any questions? I guess maybe. Okay, someone from Suan. E lasts for 8 to 10 hours. How about X? Oh, you mean matcha X? Matcha X is 24/7. All right. There's an AM and PM formula. So matcha X is really geared towards burning fat, and it also gives energy. Yes. So that would be a more potent formula. So X, the answer is 24 hours. Okay. So teenagers safe to take Uni Mate and Bao's Life E. How young can they start to take? Okay, officially, our products by right cannot really recommend now, okay, if it's under teenage years. But for E, it's different. I would stretch it to 16, 17 years old is fine. Those taking SPM, I think you can take E for sure. And if it's teenager, I think if you want to mix E and Uni Mate, I would recommend to mix half. Okay, don't go for the full serving first. E itself is already quite strong. So if once they adapt, then if they want to add more, then they can just add start with half of Uni Mate first. Okay, is the flavor sour apple? Yeah, it's sour apple. When will Bonsai E and Uni Mate be available in Indonesia? Oh, this question is very hard for me to answer. This one, I think best is to ask Winter, I guess. But I think the regulation in Indonesia is quite strict. So that is the reason why, I mean, we are also trying very hard to get it to Indonesia. But yeah, due to these reasons, we have to wait for a while. What is the caffeine milligram per pack of Bonsai E? So for E, it's 120 milligram. Yeah, it's 120 milligram. And it's also boosted with other things that can give you energy. For coffee, 120 may not be enough, but E, 120 milligram is enough. So can more than one E be taken in a day? Yes. So if you're going to do like a very intensive one, you want to take 2, you can, but I recommend you to split, okay, not to take it together. All right, so I guess this is all for today. All right, so thank you everybody for your time. Yeah, thank you, and I really appreciate it. So just before we make a move, just like to let you all know that next week there will be no Simba training. Okay. In fact, we will be, merging together with May, because May we have a very special session. We'll be collaborating with Unicity Philippines, and we will have Dr. Glynn to join us as well. So we are planning a lot of interesting stuff for May. So be sure to stay tuned. And yeah, so next week there'll be no Simba training. So thank you, everybody. And I hope that you have a great night.